Hey, what's up, friend? Kris Krohn here. And today we're talking about how you build your own real estate power team. There are 6 core people you have to have in your life if you want to crush it in real estate. I have a team this year that is going to help me purchase 300 properties just for me, not alone my clients and a whole lot of other people. And the reality is I can do all that sitting from the comfort of my home, sitting back, enjoying life, sipping my virgin daiquiri, all while the team is busting their hump making this thing go down, which in the end, you want a team that supports you to make your dreams come true. Stop solo journeying it. Stop thinking you can do it all by yourself, because the reality is with these other bright, smart people that we're gonna help you figure out right now how to put together, you can make miracles happen. I hope that you have been enjoying my friend Tyler Bennett. We've been working 10 years together, and Tyler's an expert in the acquisition side. He's a brilliant business owner. He owns tons of his own real estate, commercial deals, all sorts of different kind of projects out there. One of the things that Tyler's done for me over the years is Tyler's really helped put a super impressive team in place from start to finish. So I couldn't think of anyone better to bring on than the man himself that actually has put this together, that for all I know, you're gonna click the link at the end of this video and say, dude, can I have you as my team? And that could even be a possibility, but more important, we're gonna show you today how to build your own power team and the 6 players you need to put it all together.
Thanks, Kris. Appreciate you having me. And I think we both know a lot of life and success in life is surrounding yourself with people that can do things better than you can do them, right? It helps elevate us. And it's that same concept in life. We just implement it in real estate.
Yep.
It's let's go find people that can do things better than we can do them. Let's add them to our team, and that's the recipe for success.
But I gotta tell you, Tyler, most people have a do-it-yourself mindset.
Yeah.
Most people are like, I can be the property manager, and I'll get my realtor's license, and I'll work at the lender. And they all of a sudden they start trying to do everything. They'll either get overwhelmed or they'll get burned out, and then they'll make a mistake.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden their whole financial future, it's gone.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's okay. Somebody might be pretty handy. I'm not. I don't pick up hammers because it's dangerous, right? But some people may be very handy and they want to do their own repairs and rehab and do all that.
That was me.
Yeah.
Dude, that was me on my first 25 homes until I'm like, I don't think I've touched a hammer since I had my nervous breakdown and said, never again.
Exactly. But the reality is you were touching hammers, but you were also searching for deals. You were also working on the lending. You were also doing all the other aspects. There's people out there that do hammers all day long, every day, and they're better than you at it.
But I think that the fear, Tyler, is that people think if I hire them, then that's money out of my pocket. And there's this scarcity mindset that says there's not enough to go around, even on a successful deal. So they keep asking themselves to do the parts to save money, but they don't understand that that will ultimately sabotage and hurt them in the end. You got to do what Scrooge McDuck said. I was watching cartoons growing up. He says you got to work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. And, we're going to talk about 6 different team members to make the ultimate team today. And in my mind, adding all of those up, 1 + 1 + 1 is a lot more than 6.
Yeah,
right?
1 plus,
at the end of the day.
6 is like 600.
Exactly. Right? And the results is going to be more profitable business.
Well, let's talk about the 6.
Yeah. Let's start with the agents. How to identify property. I wish that every single real estate agent out there was really, really competent and really good and high producing. The reality is 90% of agents do less than this many deals a year. And so it's important that you find the right agent for your team.
Yeah, and so one of the things that you need to understand if you want to take notes on this, number 1, find a realtor that is insanely successful.
Yep.
Tyler, not to steal one out of your playbook, but when Tyler helps open a brand new market that we're going to set up massive infrastructure in, first thing he does is he'll infiltrate the largest real estate offices in the area, and he'll track down the top 1, 2, or 3 agents. Because they're the ones that are closing more deals than anyone. They've mastered the game. They understand the market. And a realtor that's doing that much business isn't a taker and isn't a giver. They actually have figured out how to find a beautiful balance where everyone wants to refer them their business, and they know what's up and down, left and right.
Yeah, and typically they have a scalable model. They have additional members on their team. And just today, this morning, I was talking to a top producing agent in a market that we're researching right now. And that agent owned over 40 investment properties in that market. So I want somebody that not only can help me find properties, but is doing what we're doing as well, so they truly believe in what we're doing.
So these realtors are your bird dogs. They're your finders. They're the ones that are going to find the deals, and they're going to do all the legal paperwork so that you can sleep well at night knowing all the I's were dotted, all the T's were crossed. That's number 1.
Yep.
Number 2,
Loan officer,
Okay.
lender, banker.
Awesome. Now, is a good loan officer your buddy that helped you do the loan on your personal residence?
No.
Why not?
I like to say everybody has a neighbor or a friend or cousin or something that's a real estate agent or loan officer.
This is not the time for nepotism.
Yeah.
Do not play family favorites when you're doing real estate.
Again, the majority of loan officers out there, their main business is primary residences.
Which is a total different game than investment.
Completely different. A lot of times you'll go out and you'll find somebody that has done a handful of investment purchases, and that's all they're going to do every single year is 5 or 10 investment loans, versus there are lenders out there, and obviously the lenders on our team, 98% of their business are investment purchases. So they understand the game of not just doing today's loan, but putting you in a position to map out a plan so you are in a good position to do tomorrow's loans and continue to buy and buy and buy.
Now, you do understand that you're the mastermind of this team. And the mastermind of this team deserves to put an all-star team together. So if you're looking for the most successful realtors that understand investment lending, then guess what you're looking for on the lending side? You're looking for the most successful lenders that all they're doing is they're crushing their competition by closing every day of the week, loan, 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 loan. If you can find a mortgage broker, not just a bank, but a broker that works with multiple banks that specializes in investment lending, and they're closing at least 20 deals a month, you have likely found a really good lender that's going to be a valuable member of your team.
And caution, don't shop price first, because you don't want to go out and interview loan officers and just get the most competitive quote that you can and go with them.
No.
Because in the long run, that may end up hurting you. They may be a bait and switch, and you get to the closing table and it's completely different. Shop quality first and then work in price. Because every busy loan officer is doing a lot of volume. They're going to be very competitive in rate and fees. They're not just trying to put food on their table with 3 loans a month. If they're doing 20, 30, 40 loans a month, they're a high volume shop. They can be super competitive in rates and fees.
Now I'm going to tell you right now, those are 2 super valuable players. The next one on the team we got to talk about, appraisers.
This is a third-party validation to the value that you're putting on a house. So an agent does a good job at estimating what the value of the house is going to be.
CMA,
Yep.
comparable market analysis.
But we also want an appraiser to come in. The lender's required as well because they want a third-party opinion, and you want to make sure you get somebody that's competent in that area, again, that's doing a lot of business and familiar with your product and what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. I actually just had an appraisal come in on my house that came in $500,000 difference, than the next appraiser, because one wasn't doing a lot of business, didn't have a lot of, this wasn't his familiarity with this product. Total different experience. You got to find someone that isn't experienced. You got to find someone who's experienced in your product.
Yeah, because you could find a super busy appraiser that's used to appraising $200,000 houses or townhomes all day, and then they come and appraise your house here.
And they have no idea how to do it.
Yeah, it's just a completely different product.
Okay, fourth, title.
A lot can go wrong behind the scenes with entitlement of a property. You've got to make sure that as you buy this property, it's free of all encumbrances, and that the title company works cohesively with the lender, with the seller's agent, because everybody needs to get together behind the scenes and work as a team. So it's important you have the right title company as well, and escrow officer behind the scenes.
Awesome. What I really like about, one of the title agents that we use is that she's actually really thorough, really good to work with, makes deeding of properties, quick claiming super easy. She'll drive to me wherever I need to meet with her. And so, having the right person on that team can just make things a lot easier and a lot more convenient.
Yeah, and their job is to coordinate details coming in from all over the place, and they need to do that well to keep your job easy.
Okay, number 5.
Repair and rehab team.
Right? You're gonna buy a property and it's gonna probably need something, and if it does, you can either every time just find the handyman that you had worked with before that could maybe do stuff, but are you getting the right quality? Are you getting the right work done? Are you getting it done at fair prices? You want definitely to have good rapport. And I'll tell you, the challenge with rehab is that these people, for whatever reason, they can flake.
Yeah.
It is the weirdest thing about that industry who gets attracted there, but they're often not the most organized or reliable individuals. So for me, I'm looking for fair and I'm looking for reliability. I'm looking for loyalty.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 things that I look for when I'm looking for someone that's going to help rehab on my home.
And you really hit all the main things. Again, don't go out and just find the cheapest person out there because quality comes into play as well as reliability. Right now, everybody in construction is busy because we're in a booming construction market. I remember back in 2009, 10, 11, we had rehab guys that were general contractors that were working for $20 an hour doing repairs and maintenance because they were out of work. And so you have to understand what's going on in the market. And if you surround yourself with good agents, good loan guys, good title people. Typically, they can refer you to good repair people too.
Absolutely. Now, before we hit the sixth one, I just want to drop this on you. We actually have a seventh as a bonus, so hang tight for the end of the video because I want to actually share with you perhaps the most important player on your team. No, it's not you. It's someone different. You might be thinking, man, who could that be? But before we get there, the sixth member of the team that you really need is property management.
Yep.
So Tyler, how do you get bomb property management
Yeah.
in place?
So I tell everyone you can buy the right property in the right location for the right price. You can get the right financing. You can do everything right. But if you get the wrong property management, it can end up being a bad investment. So it's so crucial to have the right property manager.
Dude, honestly, on my local homes, I had transferred 25 of my properties to a local property management company. They came super highly recommended. And within the first 2 months, I started getting lit up with, hey, the tenants want this and they want this. And it kept being like an $800 and a $900 and a $1,000 thing. I'm not saying that they were dishonest, but I made it pretty clear because of my own expert knowledge. Within the first 5 or 6 requests, they learned they weren't going to get any money out of me other than what they should. And then guess what's happened the last 2 years? Almost no requests.
Yeah.
So you got to understand that property managers, they might only be charging you their typical 10 or 12%, or if you're working with ours, maybe 6 or 8%. There's still a business trying to find ways to make money, and repairs is one of the ways they can do that. So again, kind of like handyman, you are looking for reliability. You're looking for someone that you can build some rapport and trust with, and someone that doesn't see you as a potential, ATM machine to get some extra money out of.
Yeah, and a couple other things I would say about property management is we found that the mid-sized companies are the best companies to work for. There's big, massive property management companies, but you end up just being a number on a spreadsheet, and it's not real personal. There's really small mom and pa's where my experience is they're super nice, they do a good job, but they're just not, there's no redundancy. And so if they're on vacation and something happens with one of your houses, it's kind of a disaster. And so these mid-sized companies that are going to value your business, but still treat you like a human and not just a number is one of the keys to success that I found.
Awesome, Tyler. Listen, it's bonus time. We've told you about the 6 core members you need to have on the team, but the 7th is a bonus today. And the 7th is someone that you shouldn't go into battle without. The 7th is the mentor or the coach. It's the individual that you're working with that has already done what you're trying to do 100 times over. Real estate, you make a mistake and you can eat it bad. I've seen it destroy families financially. I've seen it take people down. And the reality is we're giving advice on how to build this team, but you got to understand that even though we're looking for loyalty on this team, that doesn't mean that they got your back fully. The person that's going to have your back the most is when you're in contractual arrangement with a man or a woman that has massive experience, that is willing to look over your portfolio and make sure that you're not messing up, making classic mistakes, or even the small hidden mistakes. That is going to be that's the MVP. That's the person on your team that says, hey, it's great that you're putting all these people together, but in the end, if we're going to execute this the right way, let's do that with someone that has been around the block more than 3 or 5 times.
Yeah. And what I like to say is it's that person that will tell you to back out of a deal the day before closing.
Yep.
Because, right, agents, loan officers, everybody's commission based and they make money when transactions close. And they're incentivized for that. What you want is that other person behind the scenes that isn't incentivized whether you buy that house or not. They're incentivized to give you education and counsel to make sure you're successful. And if something comes up, they're going to tell you and give you that advice.
Yep, absolutely. So friends, today we have covered not just the 6 components that you need for building your own power team. We threw in the 7th, which is make sure you have a coach or a mentor. And if you're watching this video and you might be thinking, all right, sounds like work to put this together, there is an ultimate shortcut. Yep. Tyler and I, on the back end, we help bring people into the best markets. The team is already built, and we make that available to people that we have a good relationship and good rapport with. Individuals that are rightly minded, positive energy. If it's my partners, first and foremost, I always invite my partners to come out to my live events. Yeah. They're not just life-changing, but what they're designed to do is cultivate the successful mindset of an entrepreneur, business owner, and more importantly, real estate investor that it takes to succeed. Because having the right mindset is really what's going to make the difference. But whether you crash and burn or whether you're totally successful, trust me, I've seen it happen. Even with the right product, people will crash and burn with the wrong mindset, right?
Well, they let emotions get in the way and they're not able to get into the right mindset to make the proper decisions. So yeah, so crucial.
Yeah, so friends, click the link below if you want to see what the shortcut looks like. Get with a member of my team. They'll break it down for you, see if we have a really good match. You can shuffle around down there, get access to my free book. I just got a shipload of them in and I'm giving them away for free. And friends, lots of opportunity for you to get in the game of real estate and start crushing it right now. Thank you so much for watching today. Give this video a thumbs up. Give it a like if you actually liked it. Heck, you made it to the end of the video. We had to have some kind of value for you guys, right? And then share it with someone else that might be looking at getting in the game. Other than that, if you are subscribed, ring that bell. We will see you tomorrow with a new video.